talk to you a little bit today about traffic data collection. In your opinion, what do you think will help agencies the most to have collected and analyzed?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we are in a very, very multimodal world, meaning we have transit, we have pedestrians, we have bicyclists, we obviously have cars. So when you're looking at the transportation system, you got to look at it as a whole and not just count cars, but also be able to know how many pedestrians are there, how many bicyclists are using your roadway, and then also how many people are using transit. And to have this information, so imagine a scenario where in a particular city or a particular corridor, you're able to say, look, we got 80% of the folks that use this corridor are using cars, 10% are using bicycles, 5% are just walking. And then, those are the kinds of things that make it much more interesting. And especially if you're trying to change, if you want to implement some strategies, right? So you put in a bike lane. How is that being affected? Is it more people using it or not? So it's really good when you're looking at strategies and seeing if they're working or not. So that's the kind of stuff that you look at. And the second thing is you can look at it as, how much freight traffic is being on a particular roadway. And obviously freight is not on every street that we have, but it's mostly on highways. So being able to look at freight data, how much freight is how many freight vehicles do you have? The third piece is at some point we're going to have to reconcile, when you have vehicles, are these vehicles, being, how much occupancy is there? Like, is it just one person driving the car, or is it usually two people in the car? As opposed to, is it Uber versus somebody who owns the car, right? Those are the kinds of things that you can think about. And all of this starts to make sense, and you have to look at it as a whole.